Now, some more breaking news this morning. The Foreign Secretary, Lord Cameron, has announced the UK will be involved in an American operation to get more aid into the Gaza Strip. Posting on X, the Foreign Secretary has said people in Gaza are in desperate humanitarian need. Alongside the US, the UK and partners have announced we will open a maritime corridor to deliver aid directly to Gaza. We continue to urge Israel to allow more trucks into Gaza as the fastest way to get aid to those who need it. Well, let's speak to our Middle East correspondent, Alistair Bunkle, who's in Jerusalem for us this morning. Alistair, it's interesting the developments over the last couple of days on this. I mean, getting aid into Gaza presumably is a lot less controversial to the Israelis than some of the other things and pressures that the US and UK are putting on them. But getting aid into Gaza in this way, how's that going down?
Well, Israel officially has welcomed it. We don't know to what extent Israel will also be a part of it. I think there will be a desire that the Israeli military in Gaza do help secure whatever sort of landing zone is going to be put in place. I mean, the bottom line is we don't really know much about how this is all going to work. At the moment, it's rather conceptual. We're yet to hear exactly what the Americans have planned. They say that no US boots are going to be on the ground in Gaza. Okay, but then who is going to literally receive the aid? Who's then going to distribute it? Who's going to make sure there is a secure cordon around the arrival of the aid so that you don't have chaotic scenes of either people trying to get the aid or perhaps trying to get on board the ships, for example? In terms of the Foreign Secretary's tweet just now, I'm trying to get a bit more information from the British government. Again, it's unclear whether actually this is anything new. The idea of a maritime corridor is not new, to the extent where I'm pretty sure Ursula von der Leyen is in Cyprus today on behalf of the EU to inspect preparations for a maritime corridor that would go from Larnaca to Cyprus. So is David Cameron saying that the British military is going to be involved directly with the US in trying to establish some sort of military pontoon off Gaza? Or is this a sort of a more indirect offer of support? I'll give you an example. The British have been giving aid to be airdropped into Gaza. The aid has been given by the UK, but actually the airdrops have been carried out by the Jordanian Air Force. So the point I'm trying to make is, from what the Foreign Secretary says, is we don't know to what extent Britain will be involved in this. And we also don't know, after President Biden's announcement last night, precisely how the Americans are actually going to achieve it. How long will it take, for example? But what it evidently is clear is the fact that they are now looking at this as a new route into Gaza, a way to bypass the land borders that incidentally are controlled by a good ally of theirs, is a good indication of how desperate things are in Gaza. And I think an indication that the likes of Britain and the United States have run out of patience with trying to put pressure on Israel.